Oheneba Media Muadeshiano no Asiabana Ainta Samana Amamlani Amani Mudumedie Oheneba Media Betenete Intama for Muntie and Yado.
All right, Chabusia, Mamma Mamma, Makwaba, na me mamma official person Kokra. Happy New Year. Uncle Mobia, Oheneba Media Suni, media this year. No question, and ye bought and someone who will be on the runa, the dim work on the pan say, and Prempra Meno Case, Yura Asantehene, Otumfuo say to a baby, or Toko Coso, the Otioka Renebra Ramoma, so Contonkro Yabu Brim, or Tia Bonuti Granier. Asante this year, or you could this year no. Ene wode na probo anase ne nsra hwe akwa kopiem wo nkrampomponi mantem asra adwumu aku ewo ho meche Ghana Police Service wo mo headquarters ene ne area Asantehene wone na hemfo na pamfo mpanimfo titire ne yane ntira twetwe wuro ne abrempon na nanom amanhene ene na nanom amanhema wo mu nyina ene enkran ahemfo dodo no a ekọ akwa ye nsra hwe ewo ho amane ne nyina na se ene nyina mpremprem yi Posi Sadom no womo penimpa mechire the Inspector General of Police Yewura Yohonu na wodenkra ama Yewura Asantehene we it was a formal letter and as a formal invitation say Yewura Asantehene emfa nanim wonyam na kokoduro ne do ene na bodwekire ne manhene ne na manhema na brempon embran krampomponi mantem ho na posi aso ye kese ye wo ho bedwa kese ye wo ho na wo mu ye ntotoye ahodo bambo adwumaku wo ho Yewura Asantehene emra na omesra wo mo enti we de we ye personal invitation sebi eburu sebi nyaado nye Yewura Asantehene na se wo ko aposi adwumaku no mu mpanimfo kire se efiri se wo mu si edan baatan yi si ho anaso wo mo den krampomponi mantem ye wo mu aso ye kese ye headquarters no sebi eburu sebi nyaado Ohene a wodi mu ana panin kwankyerefo bi anasempo onumonyamfo bi enhyedam ma ho sensrahwe ma wo mo nya ahoboaboa emfa ne manwu akwam nye no ofeso eno nti nene wo mo ato nsade afre Yewura Asantehene ti prempram no kasa die ukonkran pompone mantemu a posi adwumako na ewo ho no media fo ana sensentwerefo ahodo ewo ho etwa bi de kire eno na am Oheneba Media yesu yesi da bi sebi eburu sebi nyaado Yewura Asantehene ko nkrampomponi mantem dia ne yesu yebesom yahwefo enepa midin dia sonaba Kofi Mensa Abrampa enche menu ada sebreba be ka me ho na yebobo nsem yi ho na yedie ne ensrahwe mu nkomo ma menka wo se Yewura Asantehene kwa a wo kọ no enu ada nkomo a yedi ne akire kire se mpanimfo ahodo no bia de kan wo ho efrise sebi se opani ni akwada ekọ kwan a ewo se panyini no akwada no kokotwen no ewo baabi a wo mu behia eti Yewura Asantehene na idie enya ahyen bebre no de koye kakra bi menkomodi a mede kire se ahyen kora bi na free kumase koye enhye da nuru enum mpo na akampese abrode etisa nanso nada ena mpanimfo dodo na wo mu a wo mu Yewura Asantehene kwa kodi dwuman ewo ho enedai wo mu nyina ekokoduru ye nti mprempram no kasa idie Yewura Asantehene akakakra bi na dwumadi a wo kwa kodi no efrase se wo ba Oheneba Media yententem fidie yiso a wo behunu se mpanimfo dodo no a de kan atenase afei nananom ahemfo nananom abrempon amanhene ene womu a etete se womu kasa se bi eburu se bi nya dodu akire womu so nyina bo anan yakwa akoduru ho emprempren asra adom no ema ewom bronise parade womu aye parade kese pa ya womu ede twen Yewura Asantehene ni nyina na se enedai womu pese dwumadi womu bedi won kran ho no eye kra behwe enti eye God of Honor Parade for His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Oseitutu the second Asantehene. Enti wo hunu se manage ne gina wiene mu ampacho aye wo mu adwuma mpa no nkotia no mekansam na wo mu adwuma wo mu gina wiene mu akosisi Yewura Asantehene ene na hemfo ebeba adwabo no ase na adwumede na senti wo hunu se shots ahodo a wo mu fa no kwasem ni ya de se eni kapa na de mpacho fa o comments bra na yeni nkomo menimi nua da sebre ebebobo ho na osei kankam kankam kurudu o yesanteni de shiampa edini mu oduro so Otumfuo sei tutu abebi opem so nya mekase ote kokko so Asantehene wura onko a eni yesoro wo piao sanso na AKW also edene diaba or say long live Otumfuo, long live Ghana King. long live Asantehene, long live Ghana. Mo appear for enti abusia sabre wo hwe wo screen no so a ema no abodwa ene wetuo ne kurokuro mo no no mkurokuro tuo yi ni nyina ye nmunyam hye ne Yewura Asantehene wo mo de hye no won krampomponi mantem na wo hwe kwantempon a eda headquarters ho e de fa akoko wuramu a ahyen ahodo edi ahim de nanso asra dom ko no mu mema nso ato santene wo ho a wo mu kurokura wo mu atuo broni se we eye police service parade wo mu abo parade ahodo wo aboboa no ho ni nyina no so wo de twen Yewura Asantehene senka wo ba Asantemamu na bia Yewura Asantehene bansu ase na adum ahyen ahodo ene moto ahodo a edidi nanim de ne bansa na sade na firi ha akotwam Dr. Mensa na sempo won be fast town akwa akodru manhia ahemfie no ebia na wo mu aye sabi aburu sabi anya ado mesi akirikiri wo akiri wo nanso ye dan ya broni wo be koni kurom enti mprempren yi de wo mu aye ma wo mu abodompem ewo headquarters no ho animu ho se wo hwe mfonyin na wotumi hu no se eye baabi a wo mu fa wuram broni si entrance enti office kase no anaso ye kase no baabi wo mu fa wuram na wo hu no se wo mu aye niema hodo kama carpet ya hodo a wo mu ase kyese oba bia wo anase oba bia edi edom ahodo no bia nim etimprempren won se wo mu commander ye efi amafe bra na menua no mu ahodo e paase ya hotel won kran na me ko obie na attention artist ba wonem katum tuna benkum tuna nifa left right benkum nifa left right na edi ahim ho abusia na no abi ne besanso edi ahim e wo ho pa ye nuanom santwefo ahodo a wo mu kumase dodo na kwa akopie ho nti yemfa nchia sonko ema opemso 10 wo mu yese 104.7 no ya wo mu akoduru ho a wo mu so ebo Yewura Asantehene woni na pamfo ne mpanifo ahodo e wo ho akidom sanso no Oheneba Media yenso yese yabedwaku ahodo a wo mo atimi akọ broni so wo mo represent ye wo ho nyina akire no yebeso mo sompa e wo fi ha ye de mfonyina ahodo e konso ebeso mo timpacha oba na waba abechia wabeka wasem apese oka we eye success P5C was it please what time is Otumfuo coming oh enche kura wodifo adakwa ono so e wa ha ye mamu nyina makwa baba ye live yi so enche kura Yewura Asantehene ebeyi neti na emu mprempren de asra dwumakuo no aboa wo mo ho wo mo aye ntoto ya ahodo wo mo asifa pembia wo mo de kire sampa ohene kase ohene ya wodi mu Yewura Asantehene Otumfuo se itu ababio wo ba wo mo nsrahwe e wo ho ene de ne bepie mu edian ne dian ena ebekoso ewo ho enche kra menua da sebre beka me ho na afei ye hwe mfonyin ni nyina no na ye de ehon so amane na ase nkomodie ensomo adabo roofing woni adwumaku ahodo bi ti se Remy Spices afei efie bites enu akiri no Ken Bernard Printing Press wo mu ye adwumaku ahodo a wo mu ebo machi dom pa manne Yewura Asantehene nsirahwe a wode akopie mu wonkran yede esomo ewa ha wo mo na aso me pen achi o ti se metena akonwene mu na mayesi ekutu se bamwa eye wo mo wadama wo mo dwumadi wo mo die nyina na bresem no yede beto dwa ama mo nso motumi enye bia hwe pacha wo ba ye live on so a na wa share amaye broni say share comment like and then you subscribe to the channel Samuel Mensa ono so aba waba live yisubi wadaroma wo ba na wasamu apese woka ana wonchi asronko but oba na wo ye Asantehene a ana wo ye Asantehene dehye Yewura Asantehene ne dehye na wama mitu e wo comment section ho ifri say na ye niema doso se kutu se bam e won kran ganfo mu nyina amomra mo mehwe bi ayi wo mo de say ayi o wo mo nchi ayi wo ba akefo nyina amomra na mo mehia se kutu se bam yaba nkran ba yaba no so yaba na hoden mu yaba na nidie mu yaba no akokoduru mu ena yaba no ofel so sebi aburu sebi nyado Yewura Asantehene oye yenyina ya Asantehene oye Ghana nyina hene oye Ghana nyina Otumfuo ntiene so aba nkran ya ete sedi kumase gamanche ono so firi ho abaha nti nkran mo amonso magebre na sabre mu nyina makwa akopiem ewe Yewura Asantehene baabi obeye nsrei mu nyina so ye momwakwa aba afei mo a mo pese modem comments ahodo ba nyina nso ye gye no ofeso ewo afidie so na yetumi akyerɛkyerɛ enema ahodo mu de amawo enti abusia na the historic visitation wo de bra media no so bra social media no so na behwe aposifo no matuo mu na ba ko asi ha o mama artist na kyese na mpayi bedwa ene enema se doso se kyerɛn proud of Graben, we ye Asare Clement, and our Faye Charles Boatin so ewaha. Samuel Mensan so abahabi was say proud of Asante Bequai. O the Oba Bow crew, ye wo free was Sante Memo, na yenum komo, and ye near say doso. Mimi de the Asonaba, Kofi Mensa Abrampa. Also Baby Boding, Nebu Kure wo free, Missy Mifra Santia Manchia. Bonsan so kwanso. Ofan karia akona be free enti wada mabrama yenim komo na bibia ntumi enye yie papa enche menu ada sebre be kam ho nananom ahemfo nananom atena nkonwa we dey say dey wasiesiesie ne ho dey wafa ne ho papa eti awusua ene ye nneema sei do so wahu asante flag ene se menchen free say ne yeru Asantehene ne mfonyina hodo ne franka ahodo kodi ahim ewo nkran ye hunu se apia stadium edi kan wo ho asante de hye wadi kan ye nuanom se ntwerefo ahodo bi a meka se mbobodi na hwe ana magua wo mu nyina enso ekọ we ya asante business I say hi bro, great job, God bless you. This is your Asante Ochre watching you live from Switzerland. Okay, Asante business. Ya Asante Ochre. Wafa flag na de ene ye di ahim pa abusua sa wo hwa ahosisi ahodo mo ye firi so ho ka medi nkomo kakra ewo ahosisi ahodo ekoso wo behunu se na nanom ahodo a se bi wo mu ni Asantema mu no wo wo mantem ahodo nkaye anase mantem ahodo bebre ekọ wo mu efiri tum tesala warware bamboy wo mu nyina akọ wo mu efiri ga adanwe wo mu nyina nso kọ gama nche na nanom atena konwa wo nyina womuso eko sanso ena mantem ahodo dodo no a womuso aba ye ne no ampaye bedwa na ene bia obi bisase na ne yewura Asantehene obefra ntoma ana obehye suit ana so obehye African wear sabi abru ye de ye ntimi nkyira ataade ana ntoma kora yewura Asantehene obenyono ana se wodi befra nanso ye watwen ye mu de enche obeyi neti menu akofi of Prince FM wo ho medase pa ententem anu se asonaba maba o meba nra na ye ne Asantehene be ye ne ma se do so wo ho woni Opemso FM adwumafo nyina ene afo ye Oheneba Media ya na musifo a monso mo ho nyina na moto ye nkra no ya da mo ase eburu da mo ase son ebre sem no ye be fo so mo be mo ase ye nyamo a ye ne mo kasa
we also have
saying so ewa ha or say kwabena say sempremo piao from Graben na just Asante Graben no or say I am a proud grandson of Otumfuo or say 82 okay wasan baby amansie primary the head of Asante no kwasem na say ye nneema say do so wo ho ede amamo ebusuya oba comment section ho a na odo comment atudwa ya beje bre akenkan ede amao na de pese ye na ye kire nyina bi afei na woba ententamfidie no so Oheneba Media so a de pese ye kire nyina ene se ene yewura Asantehene ode na probo anase asra adwumoku no ba no dani anase IGP one na pamfo yewura yehonu womo ede ensrahwe nkrata bre yewura Asantehene se na damu eburu onfa na nimu nyam se de wakyekera Asante ama eduru sabre yi no onfa bi meta wo mo achi na ene wo maso ye kese ye headquarters omra mesra wo nti na de enkranfo ne aposifo mate de o mate de ne abusia emprempren ma yenko na yenko hwe ye ne so ade kakra wo ho emra na afi ye ba fi ha e ba beto ankomo no so Oheneba Media sini ye mamu nyina makwa ba
o ejinawe
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we respectfully acknowledge the presence of former Inspectors General of Police, men whose leadership, sacrifice, and service laid very strong foundation for the Ghana Police Service as we know it today. We are deeply honored to have with us retired Inspectors General of Police whose experience and legacy continue to inspire professionalism and excellence within the Ghana Police Service. In no particular order, we are privileged to have with us Inspector General of Police retired Mr. Patrick Kwarteng Echampong, Inspector General of Police retired Dr. John Kudalo, Inspector General of Police retired Mr. Opon Bueno, Inspector General of Police retired Nana Owusu-Nsia, Inspector General of Police retired Mr. David Asante Apietu. We also have with us this morning Commissioner of Police retired Mrs. Rose Bio Atenga, member of the Police Council. We also have with us this morning Commissioner of Police retired Mr. Nathan Kofi Boache, Director of Operations at the Presidency and member of the Police Council. With us this morning is also Commissioner of Police, Mrs. Mamiya Tiwara Dodankwa, Technical Advisor to the Minister for the Interior.
Hello. Others are Deputy Minister for the Interior, Honorable Ebenezer Oklete Telabi, is also here to grace the occasion. We also have the Chief Director at the Ministry for the Interior, Mrs. Doreen Penny Annan. She's also here to grace the occasion. We have the former Ashanti Regional Minister and former Chieftaincy and Culture Minister, Honorable S.K. Buafo, is also here to grace the occasion. And we have Alhaji Abdul Sinlia from Sync Global. You are all welcome to this morning's ceremony. We are reminded that this morning's historic visit by His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Tutu is being carried live on GH Police TV. We are live on DSTV channel 362 and also live on all terrestrial channels, and we are also live on Facebook, live on Instagram, and we are also live on X.
I want to at this moment specially welcome the Inspector General of Police retired, Mr. Ernest Otumfuo. Sir, you're welcome. Acknowledge especially the presence of Commissioner of Police retired Reverend David Neni Ampebenyin, former Director General, Public Affairs Directorate. We also acknowledge the presence of all regional police commanders from across the 25 regions of the Ghana Police Service. We appreciate your presence and time with us this morning.
share. When you share the link, when you share to someone, you like and then you comment. What you say? If you say, "You Asantehene," Otumfuo say to abebi oti okara ne bra ngoma so. Asante de share Otumfuo ene owon kran emprempere ya make say. Aposi dom no ewo ho no anase aposi adwumakuo no wo mo epanyini pa Inspector General of Police ena ede nsrahwe nkrata abre Yewura Asantehene so wadama fo enu onyambra ne besra wo mawate beto bosupa sikadwa ensuo befa bigu yeso befa bosumuru adom ne bimaye na yadwuma no so entumi tretre na enye krabehwe eno ho nkomo eno Oheneba Media yenemu edie yetwa ho mfonyine ne bi ede ya kyerɛw emprempren Yewura Asantehene yenya nante yese oba ya na musifo Oheneba Media na musifo wo ho sebtwefo dodo na nso wo ho bresem no ye no bekwa akodi nkomo menua dasebre wa ngofo dasebre aba menua kwa aba ya boko de ene yatam kumase ana yatam asanteman konkran
ene Ashanti
yeah
Ghana and I say on Garland ene make us historic day because visit here Yewura they call a crime akosra Otumfuo and the police headquarters no it be incident and I say should be a murder
yeah
you who say Yewura free Asantehene and I say free asase so say of course like police headquarters from Yewura Odikan 246 Odikan and the see Yewura so it be incident though IGPs are how do about the strand but so no
ko de on saying na emma ene the caption no the historic maiden visit ene history kase pa yeah sa eti abusia bra Oheneba Media so ohun se ahyen dodo no a edi Yewura Asantehene nim moto na edi kan no moto no na edi ahiem no ping pong for no
I see
ping pong for no enti ya yenya na se kwan kase bi e won kran ho esopa leading to the headquarters woma block no
and they say ring road central anya no
wa
so
so we Accra boy wo ba ka minim
homeboy
wo ba ka minim ene Yewura Asantehene kokoro
oh okay and say a free circle e dey through ring road central and wan fa hono okofa ehfa na okofa e be depend be ofa say be free 37 na eba free circle line na eba ebi a free usu line hono na eba be okofa Accra no free usu line hono eba e be depend be obefa to be sisa akwaje interchange so na or the afar wa mani afa ni bi nkun so na headquarters
e okuro mampa say do si chireche route no de obwa apia stadium ho nsi abro Mahama ba apia stadium ho so on the oja obi kan ye on the oni Asanteman te say Asantefo ni fufu
de me penasem no say despite everything on Asantefo ni agro and ohun Yewura the way osifa hoahoa no epo ni de dan form bona bodine no na efe
that's be intro for nyine kakra ntro mo abusia sa wo hwe de ekoso no a sabre Yewura Asantehene ne hyen no na eduru ho no apia stadium na ehim Asanteman Franca wo Yewura Asantehene ne hyen no anim enti police headquarters wo enkran empomponi mantem na ene Yewura Asantehene ekowo mo ensrahwe mama ahwefo hu se ensrahwe we nye se be Yewura Asantehene na asore so wokosra ngra we wo mo na de nkrata abaye on se enche ye na Yewura Asantehene ko Suriname ena woko unokuro ba ko ka ho
oko Trinidad and Tobago
yes ni nyina ne se won botaye a wo de bre no ne se wo mu hunu ne da okay from so wo hwe ne keke eda na krata ne ba ya no wo kenkan wo manhia no na me wo ho okay enti krata ne mu no wo mienu nyina ba ko se odi na anniversary bi
na ba ko ye independence
way anniversary nti Yewura Asantehene emra na kroma no bi se wo mu hunu ne da wo mu hunu ena afem se Suriname nso no wo nso pese wo mu hunu keke mampania no wo ho na se prime minister no pese no hunu keke enti na ɛwɔ sɛ yɛwura Asantehene kɔ enti yɛwura Asantehene si fam.
Okay.
Aye, yɛwura Asantehene si fam. Abusua bra Oheneba Media na yɛni nkɔmɔ wɔ hɔ. Yɛwura Asantehene si fam. Apia stadium hɔ sanso na Seidu ono so ɛwɔ hɔ. Yɛni ayɛ Seidu ono so wɔ hɔ anya asɛm ketwa.
Ɔyɛ lawyer.
Enti yɛnya ne sɛ ne nada so sisi fam.
Ɛyɛ Apia stadium.
Ayɛ Seidu no.
Ne nan
sisi fam.
Oye lawyer.
Aye, ne nan sisi fam.
Now one thing efa.
Oh, na kan pese me hwe ne afade a yɛwura Asantehene fa. Production on babu aya me yehu.
Un say do dem pen un say one free etifido man tema ba eye santima mu no. The kind of loyalty what ma eye sikadwa ene Asantehene no ano de ne.
Top.
Wo kan to kwa wo manhia omo bebo ansa na.
Say Asantehene mu.
Yes.
Wo kan to kwa wo manhia Asantehene mu.
Won say mami bi etonso eye edum. Na okuda bia yira be kwa adum ono na ye otai be kasa pa samra
ne that's already mentwa no memo ato aso ba for kantankrachi okobi na enra na ye ne birthday enra echi na enra echi eye ne birthday yewura Asantehene frantoma o frantoma mpacho mom ye hwese ye benya teacher kantanka na ye ni historic maiden visit yi ho nkomo madaroma na afi chiame Chiame or the sample
Bonsu ana
Chiame Bonsu Kubi.
Okay.
Chiame Bonsu so ho.
Okay.
And Otumfuo secretary so ho.
And my protocol officer.
The protocol officer no so ho.
Ba for to me yefede.
Papa.
Ba for to me yefede.
And you Asantehene to me so the top notch.
That's one of the on front to man pre.
Won si so biem.
David.
Ono so na abakosem wo no ne ntoma yanwene na nadwo. Yanwene yewura Asantehene ntoma anadwo.
Ene yanwene no dem.
David. Anadwo ne yanwene.
Kon.
Yanwene na bonten. Say den ka behunu say bia yi kurohimfo yi. Yanwene na bonten David. Enye no bia ende enye no bia. Ti we nyina ya Asante akade.
We dey say kutu.
Eye say kutu say bam. Ene ye niam doso. Ewo yede manhia akonkran ne
ye de akosi obakela
ye de akosi obakefo asase so
eho no ye la asase
okay enti akwaba ekọ obake
eho no ye la anas wusu emu baako because say ni usu e na say no ye labadi cantonment ne other side enti police headquarters no see in between usu ne laboni ho no
na say una wukra Asantehene chine ya yi fili abefili abranti yi wukra Asantehene chine unse ba bia obewura bia obekobi
say also okobi
ne fe ne na akọ no
na ba font man so de jayo
eja wom
ba fo ankasa no say de oye gram no
ai so de oye gram ne ntoma ya gram
enyasem keto
na chiampoma ya gram.
Wow.
Ono so yese ekutu se bam. Eti abusuamfo nyini ni bi na ye twa kire wo no. Sabre yewura Asantehene wakwa koduru koye ne nsrahwe no wo police headquarters. Wadama wo ba live no so a na wabe kire se wo yo Asantehene. Omu se sojafo ne aposifo a wonu omo mention. Dodo na so no ono omo koyo.
Se omo ne bone ho bai.
Nda se nka mo ko police headquarters yi die.
So far so so e wo se ne bambo fodi na chire. He is the president of Asantehene.
Aye, yeah, mampani no.
The Republic of Asantehene. He's the president.
Aye.
Intino now come and share who say menshia ho nankasa no.
That's I am very sure say at this moment the national anthem.
Okay.
Megia the producers madam amomwa me 17 ya.
Okay.
National anthem no more. We should all adhere to protocols na ye nyina madaroma.
Okay.
Aha. Okay, yes, enyenru ho.
All right.
Na emom parade na aposifo na bo.
Yeah. Parade.
Na obi bi say iti manu begina awie no saa ma yapon.
Ona se call independence anniversary.
Okay, yes, afa ne ya start national anthem. Ti abusia we de ye nyina ye de ani die ma de ani die sem the national anthem.
Please kindly take your seat as the guard commander, assistant superintendent of police, Kafui Ajiman, marching briskly towards His Royal Majesty to invite him to to inspect the guard of honor mounted to pay the appropriate courtesy to His Royal Majesty.
Good morning, Your Royal Majesty. Guard of honor formed up, made up of one other officer, 96 rank and file, with the police ceremonial band in attendance, ready for inspection. Assistant Superintendent of Police, Kafui Ajiman, reporting Your Royal Majesty.
Guard Commander has invited the Royal Majesty to inspect the guard mounted to pay the appropriate courtesy We are reminded that this program, this ceremony is being broadcast live on GH Police TV, on DSTV channel 362, and we are also live on all terrestrial channels.
All right, Chabusia enti sabre wo hwem fonyine no a Yewura Asantehene.
Yeah.
One Assistant Superintendent of Police, Kafui Ajiman.
Yeah.
Osaya Ajiman. Just say Asante 7-1
Rollins Manibia. So we are going to
Asante. Sabre no Yewura Asantehene ko inspect parade na police for no abon. That's a way historic.
Say a bin cedar.
Okay.
And the year na a yakono say the first time Oheneba police service of the country amane da honor. Intino not just say enyo Oheneba akeke. So also from second.
Also your king.
Also we
when you invite ni bia na.
Into king now ye no e koduru hifa. The first time police service the National Police Service.
Yes, headquarters
are led by the Inspector General of Police. Police for you
Asantehene.
Atun safre Yewura. Sebra. Na yemfa ni die se fatama. Look at this.
Look at this. Look at this.
It is a what baby. Now when I will say
Yenyawa. When you need any beer in Oheneba's voice.
Yenyawa. We know that rules so that this rules so that.
Now when you say menye di for but me to me I can say Ghana Police Service aye no other security services no almost bebrebe your imagine say wo mu eye.
But only be anyame once this Ghana Police Service aye. Me JD says COP Kofi Boache. Or play vital role in this. Sure.
Okay, so one day ye dey mu.
Aye. Na who say one who na who.
Wa boni suit off white bi o say otim no.
Director of Operations in terms of national security presidency COP Kofi Boache. And during his time as Ashanti Regional Commander of the Ghana Police Service no. In fact, the man did marvelously well. Between I can say he's one of the best and I say so only the best, but one of the best commanders are Ashanti region, Enya. And during his time, the time na yitimi yi akronfo awiremfo efri Asante mantem. The time na armed robbery na nkrofo so omuji nkrofo sika tuo ni ade no ebrase, and the man is a top-notch police officer. Senior politics and he was supposed to be an IGP before he retired.
Yes. And then it is going to serve as a history to Yenya Asantehene.
Yeah, sure.
And bema yehunu se Yewura Asantehene se bi obru se bi nyado. Wohene biya ni ho. Debi ye ni tipen duru no oman yi mu. Debi wohene biya ni ho. En na wo kan bi mu nti ase ye no.
Onti ase ase.
So ye sana.
Debi na onti ase ase. As na be say onti ase ase.
Sana de ne ti o.
na ontia also whiness want why da bi why
wonim say we o mabo parade yi kura no a yewura Asantehene na momanim kura keke na yenhyira
ina officers na gina on enya ayo
lower rank officers
na ASP
mua
na
commande assistant superintendent of police
wonim say yewura dru ho no nsusu no IGP na kasa na kwa
welcome na kwa fa no onko
IGP na kasa na kwa welcome no
yeah.
And so this is very beautiful.
Yes, it is very, very nice.
Very, very beautiful.
We're first time in history.
Yeah, me fairly say, Yira, all go to such a program, no, or signed in Asante, sem ekoye, na fadie yet Asante fadie.
Yes.
Not just say, draw or chere Asante amane amane
o. Cameraman bi na manimu ho. Photographer bi metani tiri ho pa.
Say it be another first time on your opportunity. What say? Otimi catch eye.
Say wo hwe ayi bandsmen na. Akora animu. Penimfo nko na ebo aben.
Omo kan kire me say. Even a president, a certain president of any country in the world. Ako inspect guard of honor. Chinye sini so bi nka me kire me.
Ebi ni ho.
Ebi ana me hu bi.
Ye nhunu bi. Se obi nim bi sa de o meka nkire ye nhunu bi.
And the okuta chinye no ono so wa feel you
papa
hey guard of honor by the National Police Service
baby ohene nam bia wonam
red carpet to
yewra enuru manu nuru benga enkaja
wow
ma men so sanka bia wo bra nanka mapepa na ho
this is very very
o ma me say di bra ne keke
and in fact Omashe Yura enyonyam ashe
Santehene mini panso ne di akire no mini pa guard na odi police ni na akire
oh okay
o ye nipa say
I see
udu menhia said you see ni media
for
papa
wow
o wakoma papa
that's fine that now you say nipa dodo na etwa Yura ho ahia no if dodo na so ye security personnel o na no na me hu say ayi bole ya yokura ne chinye yi o ye police pani
kese no
ai
na ne papa na ewo fie ho na ne papa nso e police ni a na ono so kuna
wow
ne papa ni free mu no ono so ebe hye ho enti yakura na ewo mu ne se na ne rank ni soro bra obekura achi ne no se so the lance corporal ne kokukura na nso se no dibre kura no chine ne okura no keke okura Yewura Asantehene chine dibre kura no sa wo kona posifo wo manhia chire mu kwan ofa so ba ye ne Yewura Asantehene ebe nante ya na da so kura ne chine ya otumu sampa
and me hu ni pictures wo abontina mus papa ina yokura Yewura and he's a top-notch police officer and you know this is na me share na me catch us Asantehene na nkasa no enye region na said ye hu no Asante no e your man it includes different regions. The Ashanti region as its prime region. I have a region, no so a whole region.
Standing
parts of Eastern, some parts of Western. It be free Volta, it be free OT. Kambom nebeye Santemine. Ye tamwa de kosi Côte d'Ivoire.
Esun.
Enti onipa oda no na odi enim se Asantehene no onyini paketwa. Ni package. Ka sembi o mampo say. Show! He stored mampo hene obai. Ni tia yi papa. Would just imagine at his age na enre ya ye do asi ade asui enche ebi ni bosumimpo obi so akire ra na afede ni din da sebre ne da to no so na the second in command.
Small boy.
Na minor kesi atna so ache da but he's come to superintend over them.
Yeah. Sa na dibrete
Sa
yes se wo hunu nsan wo hura
uni penifo ni di it's all to krom na otu hu safo hene ye nya o una yewe
obe konkwa da me the fake account we live yi bi
ohwebi ade no ohwebi una yewe ya enei ye bi me hwe ukuro na otimu kra me nya sure say police station ho no station officer ne commander ho ne ye officers ne ho na organize parade bi kra maunda
there bi we nya ne die ne bia enya ne die ne bia nana kafu yajman ASP or the Yewura Asantehene akohwe
okay
etimprempren de watena se se wo hwe na tena se ye no so a Bafo Kantankrechi, Ekura Achiampoma, Ejina Nibnifa, Afe Nananum, Atanankonya, who were come home soon, Bonachidom. Where the police from Comum.
Who's a more match pass because what? A corner. A man's from Domio, a man's on coin. A man's on coin. Yea. And one knife we.
Me patron Moncha Sabianca, Mubenya teacher Cantanca, Mamina. Okay. Yanini Nim Comonsha, the one who your pedagogist, and now your historian. It be a nay, ye say your Kurana. Yadi adwene kan bi na nko wonkyiremu yie pa emfama ye producers momwame momfre teacher Kantanka na yene ne nkasa okay madam mo frɛ na mon kan kyɛn sɛ yɛpɛsi yenya nkyiremu kakra okay efa yewura Asantehene kwa wo konkran ene ho nsra hwɛ the historical na odaso
ewo mu
no na yedi ehia ye
abakɔsɛm ewo mu sɛ
hwɛ first time in history sɛ yewura Asantehene aposifo ma akye a wasori agina ne nanso
yeah
papa wabra no ho ase o
oh say Oyohene
wabra no ho ase dodo
Oyohene awesome ne man na also ne nya santeman ne nko an de mo asan sum o my Ghana and odi nidie ensuma de nidie say no anytime we call Jubilee House and I say man pani bi bo ba be sra no of Mr. President
yeah
okay
me kai say okosra former president Akufo-Addo na wo ma was a king of kings
yes
sa word no kwa na manfo capture ye e use ye na obi kura one guy bi wo TikTok so what the effect bi sa to so ma o ka king of kings na your first time I was seeing be good
who say ebinum from so ye king
we dey o ya hene mu hene
and na do say mo ye king dia
ono so ye mo
king of your kingdom yes Otne king of your kingdoms, the various kingdoms. Now, most mu ye kings, no. Yeah. And na me tell mo say mo ye kings there, and he's the king of kings.
And the parade is also serving as a historical moment.
Yeah.
Because it's a man on a match ne.
Yes.
Now me brazy me intro no me man or more aware. And I said for you me who ye was say a queen mu na no ma block no. Na posifo bebre e hono de e hon so ye me man nko a. And wo so to something gina me kan say ba bia pedestrians na fa. Wo mu gina so ni nyina ye twen a wo mu de twen ye Asantehene. In fact and na ye first time in history. Ghana abakose mo no we omonko kire nkora no.
They've given him a presidential treat.
Yes.
A presidential treat.
We are more than. That is what I would say. It's more than a presidential treat.
Presidential treat near the ama yirano. Enuti wow say who will be no. Now our baby near her.
We dey so ntimi bi.
Oh,
David. When you want to be
lobby.
Asante Kadi o.
Maybe I no be a lobby.
Everywhere. Name say we o ma kwan kran. Na wo be kom adam na nyum Crawford ejina wo interest.
Who say we no amantem information me enra kra na your live no be can say ena minimum po say
enka ye beko. Enka ye beko papa.
Ah na ma ye gu makola ne o kan shi bebrebe asante for ma ye gu si
enka ye beko papa.
Yeah, kan mi nipa be tutu amusto mu akotwen yira.
Okay, beko pa.
Ya fadi ni agro.
Na utimu say amantem. Se bia eba 2 or more days before enka me senka ye beko.
Oh yeah.
Ka beko akoye live no ho. Am obi ehunu
se. Edification mu nyina.
Enyina beko.
Edification mu nyina.
Ya betam obi. Ka betam Oheneba ya betam media no. Oheneba media ko senkran.
Ye de ko na ya no akwa mu nan ho. Na wo se ye. Wo se ye. Eti abusua sa na tie yewra na wakwa koduru Ghana Police Headquarters no osu nkran say prosifo hye na nyunyam na omuma ni pruse edi ni die sefata man on way historic say ebi ensida say Ghana Police Service led by the Inspector General of Police ebe organize such
the president of the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs King Professor Odaifio Welechi III Nugwamanche.
And not just the king of kings, the king of Ashanti Kingdom. This is historic.
Okay. That's a IGP.
Okay.
Inspector General of Police. Yura Yohunu. Yese Okasa. I was yankoti IGP Nenkasa Yenibimra. Yaba beto Asufia.
Honorable Ebenezer Okete Tel Abi,
the Chief Director at the Ministry of Interior, Mrs. Doreen Annan, Director of Operations at the Presidency, COP, Mr. Kofi Boachi, retired, the Technical Advisor to the Minister of Interior, Mrs. Mamiya Adodankwa, members of the Police Management Board, Nananom, Nime, Name, senior officers and men, the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is with profound honor, humility, and great national pride that we welcome His Majesty, the Asantehene, and his entourage to the Ghana Police Headquarters today. Words alone cannot fully express the joy and privilege we feel in witnessing and hosting the great Asante Kingdom on this historic visit. This gesture is not only symbolic, it is unprecedented, a moment that will be engraved permanently in the institutional memory of the Ghana Police Service and indeed in the annals of our nation's security architecture. Your Majesty, ladies and gentlemen, today's gathering invites us to revisit history. Long before the advent of modern European-style policing, African societies, particularly the Asante Kingdom, had well-established systems of law, order, and justice. The Ahifie policing system, administered through the Ashanti courts, was one of the earliest forms of organized policing in this land. These traditional mechanisms ensure social order, dispute resolution, and community safety through customs deeply understood and respected by the people. With the introduction of colonial policing, these indigenous systems were not erased, but rather blended into emerging state structures. The fusion of traditional authority with modern policing concepts helped shape the policing we know in Ghana today. Your Majesty, Nime, Name, ladies and gentlemen, as the revered occupant of the Golden Stool, you have not only preserved these values, but also modernized and strengthened them. Your consistent support for the Ghana Police Service, especially in the Ashanti region, has been both fatherly and exemplary. I recall that you have hosted several Inspectors General of Police and police leadership over the years, offering counsel, guidance, and encouragement, with doors always open to us. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Chief Constable of this country, I must commend Your Majesty and highlight your role in peace building and conflict resolution, which has had a profound impact on national security. Mentioning your exceptional mediation skills, which have restored peace in numerous conflicts across our nation, compels me to describe you as the King Solomon of our time. Your wisdom, patience, and moral authority have brought calm where tension once prevailed, and unity where division once threatened our peace. Specifically, you chair the Committee of Eminent Chiefs that successfully resolved the long-standing Dagbon chieftaincy crisis, restoring peace and stability to the area. Your mediation efforts in Yendi, and more recently in the protracted Boku conflict, to mention a few, have yielded practical recommendations that continue to guide security operations. Today, the relative calm in Boku has significantly enhanced policing efforts and community confidence. It is worth noting that chiefs, as custodians of land, culture, and customs, remain indispensable partners in maintaining law and order. In this regard, Your Majesty, you have personally intervened in numerous land and chieftaincy disputes in the Ashanti region, restoring sanity, reducing violence, and making policing more effective. These actions reaffirm the constitutional recognition of chieftaincy under the 1992 Constitution, which recognizes traditional authority as an integral part of Ghana's governance system. In the context of illegal mining, your directive urging chiefs to take firm action against it in their jurisdictions demonstrate the continued relevance of traditional leadership in addressing modern security challenges, and this is emulating. Your Royal Majesty, beyond peace and security, your contribution to national development is monumental. Through your humanitarian support to the helpless through the Otumfuo Education Fund, thousands of vulnerable but brilliant students across Ghana have received opportunities to pursue education. As Chancellor of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Your Majesty continues to bridge tradition and academia, ensuring that cultural heritage coexists with innovation and research. In the area of culture, diaspora relations, and global influences, you are a global symbol of African culture. Through cultural preservation, initiatives such as the Menchia Palace Museum and your engagement with the African diaspora, you have projected Ashanti and the Ghanaian culture far beyond our borders. These efforts have strengthened diaspora relations, enhanced Ghana's international profile, promoted tourism, and positioned our tradition as subjects of global academic and cultural study. Your Majesty, your presence at the police headquarters today marks a turning point. This historic honor is one that the Ghana Police Service and our fellow citizens hold in the highest esteem and do not take it lightly. The Ghana Police Service recognizes that over time we have relied excessively on imported European policing systems. This visit challenges us to return to history, re-embrace indigenous knowledge systems, and strengthen community and tradition-based policing. Let me say that your visit today will deepen cooperation between the Ghana Police Service and the traditional authorities across the country, not only within the Ashanti Kingdom, but nationwide. Your address today will serve as a blueprint and working document for strengthening relations between law enforcement and traditional governance. Moving forward, the police service will steadily integrate traditional culture, customs, and local governance systems into our training, orientation, and reorientation programs. This will help the average police officer better understand the socio-cultural dynamics of the communities we serve and police more effectively with empathy, respect, and legitimacy. Your Majesty, your visit is a great honor to every man and woman in the Ghana Police Service. It will leave a lasting legacy, not only in brick and mortar, but in mindset, policy, and practice. We reaffirm our commitment to upholding state laws while respecting customary laws, and to build a security system that reflects the history, culture, and aspirations of Ghanaian people. May this historic visit mark the beginning of a deeper, enduring partnership between the Ghana Police Service and the Transitional Authority for Peace, Development, and National Unity. Once again, we thank you, Your Majesty, for this royal visit and the honor done us. God bless the Ashanti Kingdom. God bless our traditional authorities. God bless the Ghana Police Service. And God bless our beloved country, Ghana. Thank you very much.
Hello. Thank you very much, Inspector General of Police, Mr. Christian Teteyonu.
This royal visit. God bless our mother Ghana. God bless Asantehene. God bless
Thank you.
The whole nation. We IGP, Mr. Teteyonu. That's right.
Yeah.
IGP Akasa. Why express it? More profound gratitude.
Yeah.
How they are excited. Or say, I am overwhelmed because we're a history. And I say, thank you for this royal visit. We are addition Srahe.
Sir.
Addition Srahe. In fact, me did say utie and comedy no said na
IGP speech no man na metie nyina from obi beka say clean to crying. IGP onye santini. Oyangunani. And ohwe ni speech of King Kanye, the honor what the ma Asantehene
sure
era na chese. In fact, yesu bi nsi churuduru ma to are nchine nso nyeden enkamfo ne ho. Ni dwuma wa ye de aboa oman no nchekere ne mpuntu no eno ho abasobo na IGP de amano no. In fact, the IGP kan nyina ya sema eye no kretro do obi anim achinye nim ohwe kwan a yewra fa so project na Asantehene na ejina saa Asantehene projection so project Ghana ene ukwa amanone a obi a ma kente so obi anim se kente e Ghana obi a enim se kente e Ghana udi di say mi di Kofi ene o ye Ghana ni
yeah
mi di Kwame ene o ye Ghana
ni
Ghana muka kasaben Ghana kra no omuka twi enti ye kwan a ya fa so a project ya Asantehene ya Asante amamre no eno na apeja oman ni nyina e de aduru san pempen so and IGP acknowledge that perfectly well. In fact I am a fair for this thing and the Emma Konokran said past senior police officers they were all present.
Or so acknowledge o mo nyina we hunu se wo mo so
e wo hono ba bia anyame de ayi
Tiwa
COP Tiwa Adodankwa. In fact, she's still a serving police officer. Despite say you didn't call Interior Ministry so technical advisor no. Ugusi police near on retired from the police service and so she was supposed to be accorded the necessary respect. When say police adjumani no respect whom say what say rank
what
title no
be
yes
what's the rank ne other portfolio
so just mentioning Mrs. Tiwa Adodankwa no was not right on the part of the IGP.
How?
Yes. Also for the COP is also. And she's one of the senior most police officers in Ghana. I mean, I can say, next year, IGP, ABA, in your politics, she was supposed to be the next IGP. Yes. She's, she's the second senior most police officer.
Okay, me person me highlight on some points that the IGP raised, right. But before that, yenkuti you Asantehene. Right.
Otokoine kase krobiaine kasangen ema krobia irifia ngomane kotokungen ema krobia irifia ngomane kotokungen asante chantrochmo champon fungen asante chantrochmo champon fungen asante sesebo smanditien asante sesebo smanditien krobia santinadwe kasangen krobia santinadwe kasangen sechiche memodi nyawisio sechiche memodi nyawisio nebenya sajuso supani ni akwaba kuma sikapo bano why nebenya sajuso supani ni akwaba kuma sikapo bano binya sabianko baby binya sabianko baby amana tedi feba dem lefe Bademrefe Kasangen.
Amano Serife Bademrefe Kasangen.
Trewan in Tofumojo Nungen.
Trewan in Tofumojo Nungen.
Out of Froda Dutchmo Champon Fungen.
Word of Froda Dutchmo Champon Fungen.
Oh, Sony Croyos Mandite.
Oh, Sony Croyos Mandite.
Jakwa Jalena Adia Dingen.
Ajakwa Jalena Adia Sedungen.
Akisibio Kumlochmo Champon Fungen.
Akusibio Kumlochmo Champon Fungen.
Ajakwa Office A Frampo, Damli Favis.
Ajakwa Office A Frampo, Damli Favis.
Set to 12 more than Yavisio.
Set to 12 more than Yavisio.
Una Musuma and Kabom and Punto in Kosoba was Santiman Ghana Manina.
One and Musuma and Kabom Punto in Kosonia, Sandreba Ghana, Santimanina.
Obinya Sabianco baby.
Obinya Sabianco baby.
Blagua Bacana ne Frampo, Damli Favis.
Blagua Bacana ne Frampo, Damli Favis.
Nema Davido da Koyadungen.
Nema Davido da Koyadungen.
Yadom Nania de Yakubo Jota Touchmo, Champon Fringen.
Yadom Nania de Yakubo Jota Touchmo, Champon Fringen.
Oh, Tosika Samana Jakungen.
Oh, Tosika Samana Jakungen.
Jakuaba Bank on your flower.
Jakuaba Bank on your flower.
Sajifo Frampo, Damifao.
Sajifo Frampo, Damifao.
Set to 12 more than Yavisio.
Set to 12 more than Yavisio.
Ah, Sajifo Gunyagua singing.
Oh, Sajifo Gunyagua singing.
Oh, Asantehene Kasangen.
Oh, Asantehene Kasangen. Walk through better to cover the Mefa Gunyagua, Seldumna Chamera.
Yeah, one way Daniel. Only better body much more upon the Only better Kunyabo Daniel.
Zoom. The Inspector General of Police, Dr. Christian Teteyo Yohono. Zoom. The President of the Regional House of Chiefs of Greater Accra, my dear brother. Senior officers and men and women of the Ghana Police Service here assembled. Traditional rulers here assembled. Distinguished guests, fellow citizens of our beloved Republic. Manshia has been pleased to enjoy a productive working relationship with the Ghana Police Service over the years. But this is the first time we have had the opportunity of visiting what I will call the engine room or the heartbeat of the service, thanks to the initiative. Thanks to the initiative and kind invitation of our son, the Inspector General of Police. We are deeply humbled by the extraordinary courtesies extended to us this morning. Watching the ladies parade, I thought I should have worn my police dress to be here. Our plea of the IGP to give me a police dress so next time when I come, I can be a policeman. But this honor is not intended to me alone, but duly shared with the entire community of traditional rulers who are the guardians of culture. I'm pleased to be joined by NI President and other traditional council members. I hope they share this honor with all of us. It is truly inspiring to survey the amazing lineup of the top brass who not only make up the entire command of the Ghana Police Service, but represent over a century of dedicated and exceptional service to the nation. And whilst I was walking in, I saw former IGPs that I have dealt with, and I'm glad that they are here today. Interestingly, as far back as getting to 27 years, my first police ADC, I saw him now, husband raising, he's now Nana from Bonketia. He was my first ADC who was looking after me. 27 6 years ago. I don't know what rank he has now, but he was my ADC at Malaysia at that time.
Sure.
This is not a routine or a mere ceremonial visit. It is intended to be a landmark event, marking a moment in history where two ancient responsibilities meet to begin a momentous conversation.
Sure.
The guardianship of values and the enforcement of law. One institution draws its authority from ancestral memory. The other draws its mandate from the Constitution. Yet both exist for one sacred task: the preservation of order, dignity, and peace in society.
Sure.
Before we proceed upon the historic journey, let me, in the spirit of the new year, convey a message of glad tidings to the gallant men and women who make up the Ghana Police Service.
Sure.
We come with abiding gratitude to each member of the service, from the lowest to the top leadership gathered here today,
Sure.
for your selfless sacrifices to keep us safe over the years. And we bring you hope for progress and prosperity in the years to come.
Sure.
The Ghana Police Service is one of the institutional legacies bequeathed to us by our former colonial rulers. From the first Ghanaian who took over the mantle of leadership from the departing colonial commander, the highly distinguished Erasmus Ransford Tewia Majite, to the energetic leadership assembled here
Sure.
today. The police service has gone through many challenging epochs. Changing political circumstances have impacted on the service in different ways. But it is fair to say that through it all, the service has maintained a level of commitment and professionalism we should be proud of.
Sure.
Whenever and wherever you have been called upon to undertake international duties, you have acquitted yourselves with full credit.
Sure.
The greatest pride of Ghanaians today is that our nation is recognized in the world as an oasis of peace in an environment of turbulence.
Sure.
The international community widely acclaims us for the safety in our streets. If we take pride in our climate of peace and accept the plaudits of the world for the safety in our streets, we cannot fail to acknowledge the crucial role of the frontline protectors of our peace and security.
Sure.
When we snuggle in our comfortable beds at night, we cannot forget that there are thousands of our sons and daughters battling with mosquitoes while dutifully protecting us from the snares of criminal minds.
Sure.
And while we trudge along our motorways, whether in our shining limousines or the humble trotro or aboboya and praja, we cannot forget that there are again thousands of our sons and daughters keeping guard in the most inhospitable spots just to make sure we arrive safely at our destinations.
Sure.
The truth is not in us if we fail to acknowledge that we owe a huge debt of gratitude to the blue uniform for the safety we cherish.
Sure.
So today we say Aiko to the police for faithful service to the nation. Aiko for your selfless sacrifices in the most difficult terrains. Aiko for the safety in our streets. And Aiko for selflessly standing guard while we sleep.
Sure.
As I have already mentioned, the Ghana Police Service is one of the legacies of our past colonial past. But long before the first police uniform was sewn, communities had learned how to live together. Before courts were built, disputes were settled. Before statutes were written, wrong was already understood.
Sure.
Custom was the first law. Culture was the first constitution. It taught restraint before punishment, responsibility before rights, and harmony before victory. It reminded people that their actions did not end with themselves, that every deed echoed through family, lineage, and memory.
Sure.
In those days, a child feared disappointing an elder more than facing authority. A man thought twice before wrongdoing, not because of arrest, but because shame will outlive him. conduct was shaped long before crime could take root. That is the quiet power of culture.
Jump.
When culture is strong, crime struggles to breathe. When culture collapses, law enforcement is forced to compensate. No number of officers, no matter how disciplined, no matter how well equipped, can replace a society that has lost its moral compass.
Jump.
Law enforcement functions best where people already believe that order is worth protecting. This is why we have been pleased to join hands with Dr. Teyuno, the Inspector General of Police, to initiate this conversation. It has been most useful at this point in time to engage with an IGP steeped in history and culture and able to appreciate the essential interplay between the two.
Jump.
He is aware of the extent to which the colonial authorities relied on traditional authorities for the maintenance of law and order. Indeed, you know that the British were content to make domestic law and order a joint function between law enforcement and traditional rulers.
Jump.
When the Asante Nation became part of the new nation state of the Gold Coast, the Asantehene was allowed to keep and maintain his own police. Ahimfie police had all the authority of the colonial police well into the onset of independence. Along the original Gold Coast colony, one of the most eminent chiefs was Nene Azuma Tekole, the corner of Manyakrobo, who in his life played a key role in the preservation of law and order.
Jump.
It is no wonder that Kroboland gave us the first Ghanaian head of the police, the eminent Terry Amajite, who was to go on to serve as leader of opposition in parliament.
Jump.
And it is no surprise that the seed of the past continues to flower in our incumbent IGP.
Jump.
The lessons of history suggest that we can build a safer, more peaceful society by conscious effort to bring the guardians of culture and the protectors of law ever closer together.
Jump.
To create an interlocking mechanism based on the cardinal principle that culture cannot do without the police and the police cannot succeed without culture.
Jump.
Culture without law becomes nostalgia. Beautiful stories with no teeth. Law without culture becomes false, effective but brittle. One shapes the heart, the other restrains the hand. A society that restrains only the hand while neglecting the heart merely postpones order, disorder. As the king and embodiment of one of Africa's great enduring cultures, I've seen culture at its finest, and I have also seen it at its worst. I have opened up the deliberations of Asantehene and our traditional councils to the global media so the world can see how genuine customs resolves disputes peacefully, preserving relationships and dignity. I've also seen how distorted tradition may be used to justify violence and impunity.
Jump.
What we have seen and done reinforces my belief that when authority, traditional or otherwise, employs disorder as a tool, it has abandoned legitimacy. Custom was never designed to protect criminals. It was designed to prevent crime. Every culture in Ghana provides a formula for resolving disputes, and it is only when our fidelity to cultural values fail that disorder takes over.
Jump.
True tradition aligns with justice. It does not compete with it. This is why the role of the Ghana Police Service is indispensable. I recall that Christian only recently assumed the position of Inspector General of Police under a cloud at a time when public expectations of the police were high and patience was thin. Within this short period, the impact of leadership has been felt, and we see a style reflecting the essential element in law enforcement, calm authority anchored in professionalism.
Jump.
The greatest victory of law enforcement is prevention, and prevention begins long before police sirens sound.
Jump.
It begins in homes, and it begins in homes where discipline is taught, in communities where elders are respected, in cultures where wrongdoing is socially discouraged before it becomes legally punishable. This is where culture performs its most important work.
Jump.
In a society where values are strong, The police officer is not viewed as an adversary, but as a partner. The uniform commands respect not because it carries force, but because it represents shared books. It is the presence or absence of culture. It should be obvious to us, therefore, that the alignment of cultural values with the values of law should be the first step towards crime prevention. Our visit today sets us up on a journey towards crystallizing the alignment of values and sends a powerful national message. The tradition and modern law enforcement are not rivals struggling for relevance. They are collaborators safeguarding the same future. When traditional authority respects legal authority, communities stabilize. When police respect local customs, cooperation deepens. When both communicate openly, crime loses its hiding place. If law alone can save society, then countries with the thickest law books will have no problems, no prisons at all. Yet even prisons have rules and still require values. The truth is simple, even if uncomfortable. No society can outsource morality entirely to the state and expect peace. Together, we must raise citizens, not just enforce laws. Therefore, I have come to join you to call together for deeper institutionalized collaboration between traditional authorities and the Ghana Police Service. Let chiefs serve as allies in community policing. Let officers be trained to understand the customs of the people they protect. Let dialogue precede deployment and mediation precede confrontation. This is not softness, it is intelligence. The future of public order lies not in louder sirens, but in stronger values, supported by competent, disciplined law enforcement. We hope the conversation we begin today will culminate in some institutional arrangement which should guarantee effective and respectful collaboration. You will no doubt be aware that among the guardians of traditions, we are fortunate to have eminent men like my own brother Togwe Sri, the Omefia of Alo, who before his entombment was one of the highest ranking of police officers, and he even served in Ashanti. You can have every assurance about the presence of a vast community of guardians of culture, ready to connect with you for a new era in nation building. We have conveyed our message of hope and progress to the Ghana Police Service. We have assured you of our gratitude for your faithful service and selfless sacrifices for our protection and safety. But we cannot conclude without acknowledging persistent public disquiet about lapses that undermine discipline and engender mistrust. We have to admit, however, attractive the arguments may be, there's going to be more than a mountain to climb if we ignore public concerns about police values. I have always believed that the discipline and the values instilled during training by the police and military shapes one for a lifetime. No one who goes through the training is ever in doubt about what the uniform represents and the values they profess to uphold when they bear the coat of arms. So it is puzzling, to say the least, when Ghanaians see men in uniform act publicly in a manner which evidently compromises the integrity of the service. They provide an escape route to doubters who will argue that if the men of the disciplined service cannot maintain their values, how can they expect civil society to be able to do so? As we embark on this journey together, we will urge you, IGP, and your devoted colleagues to seriously tackle issues affecting police integrity and public trust. It may well be necessary to reinforce or upskill the values you include in your men, so they are left in no doubt. Whatever they do which compromises the integrity of the police also dishonor the uniform and the coat of arms they bear. I also hope that you work towards making the service politically neutral. There will always be one government responsible for the state of Ghana, and as the police service of the state, you are sworn to be unalloyed in your loyalty to the government. But there must be a line drawn between the government and a political party, and I believe both government and the service will find it in their common interest for the police to be manifestly to be pursuing law enforcement with bias towards none, but without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Jump.
When I survey the galaxy of agile men and women assembled before me today, I'm filled with confidence that you are up to any challenge that the year may throw up. And I encourage you to stick together in continued dedication to the upliftment of the service.
Jump.
To you, Dr. Christian Tetenyoro, the IGP, I commend your leadership and encourage you to continue steering the service with firmness, fairness, and foresight. The work you have begun will outlive your tenure if anchored in values.
Jump.
Custodians of tradition, Nime, let us preserve our customs not as relics of nostalgia, but as living systems that cultivate discipline, peace, and justice.
Jump.
And to every citizen, remember that the destiny of this nation is shaped not only by laws passed in parliament, but by conduct practiced in homes.
Jump.
When culture stands upright, crime bends low.
Jump.
When culture works with law, society walks in peace.
Jump.
May the year 2026 bring all of us peace, charity, joy, and prosperity. Thank you very much.
Jump. Jump.
Thank you very much, His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, for your address. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II. Asantehene say kutu say bam. That's it, bro. Yes.
A man of about 70 plus years. Now we're generally for over 15 minutes. I'm the council over.
Yeah.
Now we're such a long speech with clarity. Now just say
very reasonable.
Very reasonable. He's energetic, and as someone can be answered as someone. Pepe. Be a here dear futu Emma police service and say omo mudwumadi mu enda ho fan e bi osusu no omo hwe se uburi ni die a fata police adwuma no e be gina ho omo ni amanyosem ento nchen omo hwe se omo de amamre ni amane be bata police adwuma na aboa ma oman ni mpuntu akọ animu ni na ya asem ayura kan a me say eye me de pa. And there was baby na ho kan say eye police for na nkasa no omo carry the we can say the integrity of the service.
Yes.
Now, me who video be weekend which was security officers. Now it's a new police for military for fire for immigration for prison for a salute to a certain man of God.
Okay.
The video is public knowledge, so I go straight to the point. They were saluting Prophet Adum Chebia. I will not sorry them. And in fact, yes, I don't know who sanctioned that. You know, Nipo sanctioned that. If it was sanctioned by the security authorities there, but if it was not sanctioned by them there, then they should call all these officers who were part of this kind of salute and question them. Because Adum Chebia is a prophet on his own. Onye on minor ejapade.
Okay.
Adum Chebia does not hold any position ewo omaini mu a make say a constitutional position. I know today also my police, my fire, make say security agencies, a command salute including the military. And it doesn't matter. They should have worn Omasori attire and salute the man. And okay. Problem. Okay. But wearing the uniform next show when it's in me who say Omoye or my Japade.
Yeah.
Because so we so Janina Michelle now say why a civilian, I don't know.
Okay.
It's uniform on my national so they we respect the uniform. And so yes, say this is not right. And if they were not sanctioned by the security authorities, then and they should comment about that. And this must stop. Say yede ayi prosifo no mu didi asofo echi no mu salutu na be mu say soja ni mu no kita sofo bag na it's I mean
it's heartbreaking. Okay, Mateo point na say
integrity na police service no service with integrity no my integrity no enye adwuma and metimi aka say the omo it's top notch. Bibia was on point. The parade, the speeches by both IGP and His Royal Majesty Otumfuo, Bibia was on point. And in fact, I'm so happy about this event. Okay,
the way Adia from Kwa Eda and Son war Asantehene ho. Yeah. Oya denia and nkasa yemu no asresem kakra wo. In a jovial way, I am glancing to the beginning of Asantehene speech no. Or say no waka oba no ASP Kafui Ajimai na waka nasem say said the oba yi ebegina wiemu na woba ye be salute no ne ade oduru ho no enka wo so ono so hye ni police atade
also was require
say IGP emma no police atade na woba na wono so ahye aba megiri ye say sa ye nkomo a opese obedi ama emma no egina wiemu emma egina kwa ho sa bra no pose ni bia wo ho no ehunu say yeru Asantehene also love a Jumano
and he appreciates
everything I want it is as part of his speech and what can be said the Ghana Police Service has maintained its professionalism and commitment.
Okay.
It's over the years. Yes. Yeah. What praise woman. I'm a woman swan who say they are not just working, but they are really working with commitment, professionalism, and be a fast person in in terms of the security beyond one more year.
Say a professionalism in Africa, police service a professional partner you cannot mention without mentioning Ghana Police Service. In fact, always I say something say Ghana Police almost now almost few they are few. In fact, in police they be out social media Nigeria for quite days to more. In fact, our police service they are top notch, except when they say they will not do it. Yeah. But if they will do it, it is top notch.
Yes.
Year Juma with professionalism. I just say it be any baby in terms of Africa Haji, Ghana police air top notch.
Yes.
And from Soka Krabe Ebeba. Police service no say the year can inherited from your colonial masters. Before that near war from Ahimfie
police and I say Asantehene kwan na man kwan so no funny police
my way
and not just a son. It is also reflecting to Asama can say concerning here Adum Chedu police for corner.
Yes.
Say nobody is permitted except Asantehene. So no be police actually could to inside police.
Yes, Adum Chedu at the end of the day. No security people will be in Sinopine, but they may how many say service personnel
were able to uniform, do that parade in uniform
and salute him. No. You know, say one granted. In fact, it was boring. How many pounds? What is this? Like, I mean, why have we reduced the security service?
I think, sir, now with the walking, that very day, there were people I know more bashy actually any other.
Yeah.
I am only looking at a given number of policemen.
Yeah.
Working at a sporter, yen soma on uninvited program and as uninvited moment could did you maybe an assessor. I am comparing to an you may be before that menyan say you Asantehene apija as to say wie and I say bia koto may sure say bia talk kakra na womo hwenti no womo nyanko yedie miyinim komo kakra now womo na are seated to such an august gathering no ebimu enhye uniform but they are policemen and women ebimu nso ehye police uniform a womo nyina womo a party to the various centers and as points bia womo nyina ehwe se ebetumi akoso. I was only looking at Yeru Asantehene can say the visit it's not just an ordinary visit, but rather a landmark, and it's very historic. On the Yohunu kind, and Asantehene so the other kind.
Yeah, so now Shashereka say it has never happened in the history of this country. Say Asantehene amani muso akupimu the seat of the police service. Inti when the first time I see, you can say IGP being kosra Asantehene da. And as IGP being share Asantehene da. Nemum Asantehene free. Men chef ke se mun call CID unofficial visit say that.
Okay.
Ebi awakwa kwa any personal things bi ho.
Okay.
Yenim. And they are official, but officially this is the first one I better say historic. And so it is a landmark. Okay, how the arrangement, the protocols, the settings, everything means a landmark.
Yes.
And in fact, the minister, we did not see the Minister of Interior.
I am hoping to actually blush hono, but na me pesa me de no ba during no motor no nanka ye share the number of people and also um this Asantehene chi echo. I was also expecting the president.
The president.
Yes.
In fact, well, the president, a police service.
Okay, now just say I was expecting.
Okay.
Say the commander in chief. Okay, that
for
one
the
for the Ghanaian forces.
Yes.
All right. Okay, until with the police service.
Yeah.
After all,
the police service there, the vice president and a chairperson of the police council. And make I say IGP no police service no though say a share government agencies biasano, they are autonomous in their dealings. They have a head which is the IGP. They may not be expecting say the interior minister, and even if the interior minister was not able to meet Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, MP for Asamase constituency, Ebia na BBC ni kwan enti because me sure say nehene kesi sei
and I invited.
Oh,
we quite the same.
Debbie, and then you're possible. He's the brain behind this.
Yes.
He may be the brain behind
this. An uninvited program,
because
we smell a spicy of wound pakrono portfolio, and I say, representing the Ministry of Interior. I was hoping saying could be
oh, and I make us say the police service is under his ministry.
Okay.
It's definitely he sanctioned this. Menya sure said the IGP organized this without informing him. It's definitely he has a hand in it, and Ibia on say you say there are other things Ibia na other arrangements be Tuesday maybe a cabinet meeting be
okay yam fan say minister bin so wawu obi e wuntie bi a wokọ
o dey fan say cabinet na say and president too say onkodi dwumadi bi man.
In fact, I didn't see any of the parliamentarians around
from Ashanti region.
Okay,
Mecca said this is a traditional something versus the Ghana Police Service, and so to me
we are not bashing Ubia, but in Kebefe said we are only putting Omu Dibreno accordingly to Senka Asantehene Baba Srai dear. And Kawa said, well, Minister Kanikumas won't cry.
And Kebefe, but Ebiana and Komodibia Koso, and Tina limited.
Well, let's give them the benefit.
Yeah, limiting it to the Menshia and the police service. And today, more that benefit of the doubt because they also have other agendas to attend to. And the Emra say, and they, Mamindi Kaimo, the former IGP.
All right, before so be recognize Omono, and Sana na Rebecca Sana, I wanted to tackle some points here. IGP Christian Tete Yowonu what the two jar. I was much interested. Baby, yes, sir, or can say your contribution to the national development is monumental. Or my young who say you're Asantehene modern one say be na gene to atwa what they ma wa mino a ma wa mino anamuntu anaso wa mino punto ejina brane abeye top notch. Basically on Bokon Semwa Okaye no the Boko mediation and I say report how do I you're Asantehene submit IGP tackle say ma ene the piece I renew a ho and a month for a woman who say Asantehene is the only person to me can Bokwan Semono, Ababa ye landmark
Okay, to me, I would choose to excuse the Boku issue.
Okay.
Not because of anything, but I want the Boku issue to rest. Though the IGP mentioned that Asantehene in a Jumewi, and I don't want to bring him back because Ghana for the Unkrophobia many so there verdicts nearby and maybe go against Tomo, and they will use this opportunity to say a lot of rubbish. And so for now, let's drop the Boku issue.
We are not dragging Boku Dieno as a comparative to Adi Ekoso. I am only reflecting to address IGP Kanye.
Now I say, when say IGP Wakeri, I want it to rest there.
You want it to rest.
Yes, to me, I want
but to me, I am reflecting to it. So say IGP Kase, Yera Asantehene, and Sembi and Anenumu Sembi, and Namun to Obiama, and near my would be in fact, or tackle and say, chieftaincy crisis. To me, Ayakrab, or say he has restored most chieftaincy crisis. And then his contribution to the national development is monumental. Basically, in educational cultural heritage, leading to Otumfuo's foundation impacts. Why any ahodo? Share bonon some idea. Yera Asantehene comparing to Sampa, any one seminar. I'm not attacking to science, but I am reflecting to say my GP.
To the Sampa issue out there, I was expecting say it should have been mentioned over there.
Yes.
And the IGP must have commented on that.
Yes.
And I was expecting you to say and also now could be addressed because Sampa and say no baby edu now IGP nenu masem na be adwuma wo no mo. IGP nenu masem na be adwuma. And maybe answer na be to aso as e bi about comment section say Makoka say adum chedua prosiphobia service no monti ase.
Alex, okay.
Private individuals can engage the service of police officers. Yen can't that say private individuals cannot engage the services of police officers. They can say police officers in uniform saluting a private individual who is not a superior to them or someone or a year under the constitution. Yes, that is wrong. And unless whether you agree or not, it is wrong. That one, we don't care about your egos. It is wrong, totally wrong. Say, a police officer in a uniform, a fire service person in a uniform will salute a certain man of God just because he's a certain prophet. That one is wrong, and we will continue to speak against that. You can't say, oh, beyond me engage, say, oh, see, can I say, oh, high police force, that one is cool. But say, private individual, na police ni or share uniform, salute no, soldier no share uniform, no kuta, private individual and a bag. As a boy, you know, that one is unacceptable, and we should not reduce that. It's nya hypocrisy, nya chumone, sheni muniamano. Na yehu kwa yebefaso yedi services no, yebefaso na ayewe. Inti Alex, what you had better no na me church much. Whether you agree or not, that one, you cannot tell me say it is right, it is wrong.
Abusiamaka cho say adventure te sehwene enti o bachere wadwena no waso hwena hwene size na waba bachere. Now quick one na yenhwe minim say if the program is over na producers maka be bin chairman representatives na wo mo no okay mate say wo mo awie na chese no wo man ntimi ankoto bia ye beba be ka ho asem e bia de enti a wo mo ntimi ankoto no na ya wrap up na ya free so the IGP made mention of Otumfuo being modernized and strengthened Asantehene.
This is public knowledge. How Otumfuo are making the chieftaincy institution. This is through Asantehene. Wamana ye akono na ye krabehwe. In fact, my first man penny bia sorry oba Ghana besra man penny
yes
oba Asantehene ebehwe said the Asante amambunu nso tie. You know, this is something you be credit era say wama nyam kese aba konwa na obedi ye ne ho na de ye ne predecessors ye no wabe ye stronko nso de asoso apejema man na Asantehene din ashitedu wiasina. So that one is a fact, and we acknowledge him for that.
All right. Nti enche ye wrap up na with this occasion here na say Dwomedia Akoso your last words. A dear some na woka a program na wo say starting from the intro, middle of way no parade, the parade inspection and everything, the security we have course over any BBA IGP speech any BBA. What is your take?
All right, so everything organized there is top notch, from the settings, protocols, and everything put in place, security arrangements, the arrival of the king, the speeches of the IGP, BBA, Menya Flock, Akai BBA, one acknowledge COP, Tiwado Dankwano, I hope, but I mean, ABA, also any reason here, and the speech, was, I mean, excellent. I draw police for attention, say, though they are working for the politicians, no, they should stay neutral because they are buying but the police service will be there and they should maintain the professionalism and the integrity now, and that one too is top notch. You know, for my IGP, Dampare Abaso, and the police headquarters at the first night, it was during his time, during his tenure, and our year renovations, Emma Police Headquarters, Ebeye Febe Kabeshe. First, no, and IGP Dampare Maya, not you know, police headquarters. Me na me tidy ago cantonments pa internet what they make quine, and we saw the buildings, how it was, the state it was in. But during the tenure of IGP Dampare, and I police headquarters in that facelift and even the police TV that streamed the visit today, you know, IGP Dampare instead of Joe. And so our credit team, me pona baso say, na juma son ye ya, and Neyama police nyam, any dear the current IGP Christian Tete Yohunu so they are so abua. And make me say, and the police has been so responsive, and they also have semi-trained social media and police actually Nipano. Now they whole crowd that one I will commend the IGP and the police institution as a whole. They are working so hard, and it is in the good interest of the country. So that's all.
All right, that's every that's a pa quadrum from Swabo Juma. Womo boardroom quadrum and son of Asantehene, a casa, a yamamani amani, and a dead deal away traditional customs and way, cultural heritage pa. And of course, I was on Oheneba Media Sunni. You better your team, Ahodwa, one also call your representative, and you are no producer can be the actual. Say, Wamusi say you say Neko, Wamusu Yesi, Yenya feed in baby from the greater Accra. And I feel Union Central for Ahodwa, Mosomoko, Yemenia Bibiana, the Ghana Police Service TV. Monso Yadamasepa, GH Police TV. My idea, you streamed everything, and then it was very accurate. Ama yenso yenye bi ewaha. Yamma woman so any Asantehene free hako ye abaso. Nano mo ahodo Asantehene and secretary Kobi. Yabona baso pass or ya de. Afi abrante na no okrechi ne no. Asante aka de se kutu se bam. Mia me nipa de no deposit ni yechi. Any police ni ano so de achiri nyina. Woman a papa. After a champion who do a woman call ye, Jachi, Amoatin call ye, a ye Jachi, a hene, or no so a call ye. After Bafo, Content Crechi, Otumfuo Chiami, or no so call ye, and after Chiami Kofusu, and so a Kobe. And what no man whom I said and who are him for no be brave. Then so, on Hene, me who no a ye, Nana, Quam Baffo Pim, and Cransa Mine, or no so a call ye, and another Martin and Conya Hodwa. Munina mo boy ye rechi dom sabronum hene ono so ko bi e na afei ahemfo nka ye bia mobu ho ame hu nanim so menka ne di no omo nyina ko de heka nyina na se na nanom a mo fra santemen mo ne ye Asantehene ko ne nsra hwe no ya da mo ase ebru da mo ase so se mo ma asante amamra ne amane akoso afa ne ntoma pa e de efra afei manhia nsentwe adwum ko opem so FM omoso ekofi ne black ene menya ne ntie se omoso koye omada roma na manhia fikesi mu ne ma hodo agentre ha ye ne womo ebo ho dewuro ewo mayi mu ha ye Asantehene ba bia wo bia ohene wonkwaso ye se ye nchia ohene wa fidie so ti ye ma ye Asantehene mu apia o na yakase ne nkwaso asanteman kwaso Ghana man enkwaso enkran womo so enkwaso gamanche wonso ne na pamfo ahemfo womo gibreko ye nyina ye de mu nyina mu asese mama dwumadie no eye krabehwe the Ghana Police Service you IGP edano you Christian Tete yohunu one ne for ASP Kafui Ajimai the commander in chief wono so eboaye womo ye ntoto ya hodo nyina the security aspects and so far nentomapa ifrai abusia ye de mu esaha na wobo ade ya domo ne yesa hia fidie so a ya sanso de nkomo me ne nkrofo da sebrem na etena ha na person
mame nchia nana bema akinti afiaso mentimi nchia
na saa ma ye ya no mo what comment yi
we mame nchia me die nuansa na saa ma ya no ya ba mo so nti nana bema akinti afiaso ma wa fishia pa yesre se nananom ene obo ade Israel na omoma onkwane ahode abetimi di akoso ayadwuma de aboa amaman no afaneti papa nana afishia papa na mede ma
me were few comments bi wa ha in fact I wanted to skip but my main kan sebi me ko ye man kan bi die okay Owura Beka say the king of greater Ashanti kingdom Otumfuo to the second the occupant of the golden stool afei Mohene na say to the about say proud Asantehene and afei chief Edubofo also say the great king of Asantehene, okay, of Asante Kingdom. King of Kings, Ajingo no. And Ade Emmanuel so by say good afternoon. I'm watching you live from Germany, Bremen. The King of Kings. And also so Edeba say Otumfuo is too classy. When it comes to public speaking, I'm proud of my grandpa. Or you bue, we do you bue na nampedunyo. So answer na the Alex said you nasam nano. And I wouldn't want to tackle that. Good job, guys. Everything is excellent. The stage, commentary, nice view, and so on. Yes, that's a pa Ajingo. I would say I'm also a mojebre na mo join a live with YouTube or Oheneba Media. Yes, so yet the moasi brupa no cre mobwa a kahon and the money yama. Say be muni mua ya aya yenya wo mo hwe. Inti ebrebia yenso ye betenasia na ye niaje more participation and more commitment ahodwa mo de join a live we your video so technical room Morgan mo wusu hye ho na fe Fatman so ewo ho wo mo na aye ntoto ye ne masun ebu nne nkomo mo de agum no nya asem ketwa afi no akire no bra ba ko no ti camera na chi eno a wodae enenso wada mamenchi ya ne pa prince wa ya de se wotumi ebo adwuma camera se miensa wono nko a abusia me ne nkrofo da sebre ene tena afidie so edi nkomo ya no baba edi nsem ahodo e course e wo nkran eba ebesom ye bedo bibia se tap send Remy Spices Adabo Roofing Efie Bites ena fe Ken Bernard Printing Press won so ne adwumaku awodo a wo mobo ye chidom ema ye de ene nkomodie no ebesom mimi din dia so na ba Kofi Mensa Abrampa yekoi na mamenchia na abushan hima afi no nso na na adwoso man hima na ya santoa na woda yesanso ema na happy belated birthday adwuma mu penim for gm bia wo bia ye chiao Oheneba se wa bonsu Oheneba je ni makon bia nso wo bia ye chiao abusia obade ya adoma e besanso ehia presela osu bia wo bia me chiao that's ne ye besanso ehia makrao
Oheneba Media for Efremu ayebo me say media royals media mu adehia no asiebo ana entasemana amamla ni amane mu dwumadie Oheneba Media betenete enti amanfo mu ntie ye